What's going on, guys? Kyle, Finance Bro. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about SOS, some of the lawsuit that it's being under effect right now, and overall some technical analysis on the price action that we've been seeing lately. There's of course a lot of speculation, a lot of short sellers, and a lot of doubts about this stock, so I just wanted to go over a few things in recent times that have come up about SOS, as well as some technical analysis. Before we get into this video, I just want to ask you guys to please hit the like and subscribe button, and don't forget to turn on the notifications so you never miss a new video like this. And check out our channel membership if you guys want to support us. But other than that, guys, let's get right into this video. Alrighty, everybody, welcome to the analysis part of this video. Let's take a look at everything we wanted to talk about in this video. So SOS Limited, as we can see here, last Friday, at the time of making this video will be coming out on a Monday, but this is the last trading session that we have available to us. As you can see, this was on Friday of, I believe that was, what was that, a couple days ago, April 9th. So April 9th, it was down about 0.76%, currently trading around $5.25. And as you can see in after hours, it just kind of continued to grind a little bit lower. Now, what's interesting, the main thing I wanted to talk about in this video is a little bit, mostly about technicals, because there's an interesting article that I found where these guys are basically explaining, and this is from, let's see if we can find the article, who it's written by actually. This article was written by Individual Trader, right? So Individual Trader is kind of highlighting a supposed strategy of how he would, or they would rather, play out SOS. So as you can see here, SOS Limited, elevated short interest, high volatility brings opportunity. Despite volatility, interest in crypto space has rallied shares aggressively in 2021. Many investors expect lower prices. The technicals are bullish. The play here is to give an investor significant upside while also limiting downside risk. Looking for more okay, so the whole point of this article basically is detailing how Individual Trader is thinking about how SOS can basically be traded and profitably with a significant amount of upside, like he's talking about here. So with SOS, I think the one thing I wanted to really touch on first is, before we get into this trading strategy that we're talking about in a little bit of the technicals, a lot of people I've seen have been talking about Bitcoin, cryptocurrency in general, just especially Bitcoin, with reaching basically $60,000 a coin, which is a huge milestone, all-time high, obviously, right, for Bitcoin. It's a big deal. And it's affecting other stocks, or it likely will affect other stocks, Mara, Riot, you know, a variety of other Bitcoin related or Bitcoin centric stocks, whether they're mining, whether they're trading platforms, or whatever it might be. Now, SOS is in the cryptocurrency industry, right? They are, you know, trying to make this entry into it with cryptocurrency mining platforms and being able to mine a variety of coins, right? But the issue is that SOS is currently under a huge investigation from a variety of law firms now at this point, and they're also heavily shorted by a variety of hedge funds and retail investors alike. But there's also the flip side, where there are a lot of retail investors who say that these reports and these claims are all nonsense. They're not real, right? So that's something I think that should be taken into account with Bitcoin hitting an all-time high of $60,000 a coin. That could be a big catalyst this week. It could be, big emphasis on could be. When I looked back and I've back tested on previous times where Bitcoin has hit an all-time high, SOS didn't really react much to this. You know, there wasn't really much of a huge price increase that we saw. You know, it was just kind of stagnant. So that is something to keep in mind. It could be different, right? Past patterns are not always predictors of the future, right? You never know what could happen in the future. But let's get into this article a little bit, which is the main point. So basically this is just saying that SOS volume, we saw a huge uptick in volume after SOS announced that they would be entering into the cryptocurrency space, that they would be buying mining rigs, and they would be entering into the blockchain industry as a whole. They already have access to AI software and a variety of other softwares that are used in their emergency rescue operations. So this made sense. I thought I was pretty bullish when they first came out saying this. And I still kind of am on their, on their entry into the industry. So shares rose to over $15 a share, which is obviously awesome. As you can see here, this was the stock chart. And then unfortunately, when the short reports started coming out, we saw SOS tank down to $7, which is unfortunate to say the least. So let's keep looking here. Initially, the market became bullish on the stock when the company announced in early January it would be investing aggressively into the cryptocurrency mining area. Like we said, right? Rising prices of Bitcoin, digital asset, added further fuels the SOS bullish story. Cool, like we just talked about. If we look a little further down here, so it talks a little bit more just about some of the technicals are looking very bullish, especially if you're into trading options, where these calls and puts thrive off of volatility. And with SOS, it seems that there is a lot of stagnation on some days. But if you can find the days, the way this article is basically proposing is that if you can find the days where the implied volatility is at its lowest, and set up some kind of spread here, which is what it goes into around here. It talks about doing a call put spread, it looks like, that you can kind of basically have nice upside off the implied volatility. Because the implied volatility, if you can see here from this chart, it's very up and down, right? It's not, there's some parts where it kind of flattens out a bit, but for the most part, very peaky, right? Very, mountain-esque, I guess you could say. And that's what it's saying right here. Therefore, we want to be selling options when implied volatility is high and buying when implied volatility is low. So that's what we basically just said, and that's what the individual trader is kind of suggesting here. So SOS is currently trading at approximately $5.30 mark. Well, that's at the time making this article. That could be different. As long as volatility remains high, this gives us the opportunity to defend. This is in reference to the call that they're talking about purchasing. And what's interesting is the fact that they want to finance the call that they're talking about buying. They want to sell a put in reference to that, to finance basically, or to afford the call. And that also gives them protection for downside risk, right? Because as we know, SOS is obviously heavily shorted. And even if you fundamentally believe in this company, this is a company that for the most part, if it might not be a bad idea. This is not financial advice, of course. This is in my own personal opinion, from my own way of trading the stock. I would like to have some downside protection in the form of a put or something like that. That would just, give me some kind of assurance that I'd be making some kind of money even if the stock went down. Because if we look at the chart, right? If we look at the weekly chart, if we go into Thinkorswim here real quick, as you can see, kind of downward trending. Nice uptick here. We'll get back into this chart here in a second. I want to talk about that, but we just need to finish with this article real quick. But that is something to keep in mind, and that's something that in my mind is a good thing, to have a little bit of downside risk protection, that a lot of people who buy these naked options or don't really do spreads or things like that are really kind of leaving themselves out to a lot of downside risk if things go sideways. So just an interesting thought there. And they basically just say that SOS has, for the most part, it seems bullish technicals in their opinion, of course. And fundamentally, it still makes sense, right? The only thing is this lawsuit that is going through right now that we've talked about in previous videos, so I won't get into super, detail here. But SOS still has a lot of issues that it needs to kind of work out as far as the lawsuit goes. Now, let's take a look real quick. I don't want this video to be too long. Let's take a quick look at the TOS, the Thinkorswim charts here. So this was the, the 1 hour the 20-day 1 hour chart. As you can see here, lots of downward trending motion. Whenever there's a nice big uptick, SOS just fights to go back, because a lot of people who are bag holding, I'm sure, will want to take advantage of these price ticks, right? So when things go up, all of a sudden, a ton of selling pressure, and it just pushes right back down. So let's take a look at just a wider time frame. I'm more of a swing trader myself. I like to trade on a higher time frame in over multiple days. So as you can see, this is the 180. We have the high of 16. This was when cryptocurrency mining rigs, when they were announcing that they were going to be getting into that industry, that's when this was happening. And just pretty much after that, the short seller reports and everything after just kind of tanked it down lower. Right now it's at $5.19 a share. If you look at the RSI, it's actually not that oversold. It's just about, it's only 5 above the 40 and, not the 30 yet though. It's about in the middle, to be honest, which isn't bad, right? It's just in the middle, it's as middle as they come. If we look at the MACD real quick, what's it called? As you can see, the blue line spiked over that line, and that's when we saw that nice little uptick in price there, and it's kind of now just kind of consolidating and stagnating within it. What'll be very interesting to see is what this stock opens as come Monday morning, because tomorrow basically, because obviously Bitcoin is running up. I don't know if that will be a catalyst or a factor into this stock, just because of the heavy short interest and just the overall, I would say, unfortunate kind of thesis that a lot of people have about this stock. I personally am bullish on their fundamentals, and their technicals actually, you know, it doesn't seem like too bad of a stock to try and play off momentum. Definitely risky though, of course, right? You know, always, you know, things like this are always a little bit more risky, but overall, I think SOS really just needs to beat out this trial, and they could see a lot of upside potential. Now, if they don't beat out this trial, well, we'll have to see. You know, there might be some diehards who really want to hold on to this stock. But I have a feeling a lot of people, you know, general consensus will be heavily swayed by the decision of these lawsuits and the decision on the investigation. So, you know, looking forward to see where SOS goes in the future. We'll definitely keep you guys updated for any new news or information that comes out about it. Let me know down in the comments below if you guys are holding this stock. And other than that, that's pretty much it. But other than that, guys, that's all we have for you guys today about SOS. Let me know down in the comments if you guys are holding this stock or if you've made some money with this stock. Let me know your thoughts, whether you're bullish or bearish on this stock, why you like it, why you dislike it. We'd love to read your guys' comments and interact with some of you guys down there. Make sure to like the video, subscribe if you're new, check out the WeBull link if you guys want to pick up some free stocks, and check out our course program if you guys want to get some value there. Also, check out our channel membership if you guys feel like supporting us. But other than that, guys, that is all we have for you guys today. Good luck out there trading, guys. I'm Kyle with Finance Bro. Take it easy.